Hello, everyone. It's great to have you back with us on Podcast and Chill, here on the Learn English podcast channel. I'm Leo, your cheerful host, and with me is Gwen, who always keeps the conversation interesting.
Hi, everyone. Hope you're all doing well today.
Gwen, I've been on social media a lot lately.
What have you noticed?
I've noticed that young people today are really good with languages. Some can speak 2, 3, even 5 languages.
That's amazing, Leo. But it's becoming more common in today's connected world.
Yeah, it's impressive how important languages are in connecting people around the world.
And that's what we'll be talking about today. How important is language?
That's right. We'll cover how language helps with communication, but also how it shapes culture, education, and career opportunities.
So get comfortable and let's jump into the fascinating world of languages.
And don't forget, we've got a free PDF with today's key points, so check the description below.
Make sure to click File, make a copy so you can take notes, and make it your own.
All right, Gwen, let's talk about how important language really is.
Yes, Leo, language is the key to communication. It's how we share ideas, feelings, and information with each other.
That's right. Without language, we wouldn't be able to understand each other. Imagine trying to explain something important without words.
And it's not just about words, Leo. Language also shapes how we think and see the world.
Yes, I've read about that. There's even a famous study by Professor Lera Boroditsky from Stanford University. She found that people who speak different languages actually think differently.
That's why learning a new language can help you see the world in new ways.
But it's more than just communication. Language is also a big part of cultural identity.
Yes, language connects us to our culture and history. It helps preserve traditions and stories that have been passed down for generations.
For example, did you know that many old languages are disappearing?
Yes, it's a serious issue. According to UNESCO, almost 40% of the world's languages are at risk of disappearing. That's why preserving these languages is so important.
That's incredible. Language really is a link between the past and the present.
And let's not forget how important language is in education.
Of course. We use language to learn everything from reading and writing to understanding science and math.
Yes, language is the foundation of all learning. Research even shows that students who are good at language tend to do better in other subjects too.
That makes sense. And knowing more than one language opens up so many opportunities, right?
That's right. Being bilingual or multilingual can help you in your career, especially if you're working internationally.
There's research from the European Commission showing that knowing multiple languages can increase your chances of getting a job by up to 10%.
And it's not just about jobs, Leo. Knowing different languages can help you connect with people from other cultures and build relationships.
That's a great point, Gwen. And with all the technology today, language is even more important.
Yes, from translation apps to AI chatbots, technology relies heavily on language.
And who knows, in the future, we might even have technology that helps us learn languages faster. All right, now let's look at some important words from what we've discussed so far. The first word is language. Language means the words and rules we use to communicate with others. For example, English is a global language spoken by millions of people.
The second word is communication. Communication means sharing ideas or information with others. For example, good communication is important in every job.
The next word is culture. Culture refers to the way of life, traditions, and customs of a group of people. For example, Language is a big part of every culture.
Another important word is bilingual. Bilingual means a person who can speak two languages fluently. For example, being bilingual can help you find a better job.
And the last word is opportunity. Opportunity is a chance to do something or improve your life. For example, learning a new language gives you more opportunities.
Let's ask a couple of questions based on what we've talked about today. First question, what language do you speak the most?
Yeah, maybe it's your native language, or maybe it's a second language. How does learning another language help you in life?
That's a great question, Leo. Now here's the second one. What's the most fun part of learning a new language for you?
Yeah. Is it learning new words, speaking with new people, or maybe watching movies in that language?
We'd love to hear your answers in the comments below.
Now, let's dive deeper into how language and thought are connected.
Language is not just a tool for communication. It also shapes the way we think and see the world.
That's true, Gwen. I recently read a study that showed how people who speak different languages think differently.
Yes, people who speak languages like Chinese or Japanese focus on the big picture, but speakers of English tend to focus more on small details.
This means language can affect how we solve problems.
That's why learning new languages can change how you think. Now, let's talk about language barriers. Language barriers are challenges that stop people from understanding each other.
I've experienced that before. When I traveled abroad, I didn't understand the local language. It made communication very difficult.
Yes, it can be frustrating. But there are ways to overcome language barriers. Technology has made it easier with translation apps.
You can now understand another language instantly with your phone.
And learning even a few words can make a big difference when talking to someone from another culture.
It shows respect and helps build connections.
Yes, and that's why learning languages is more important than ever in today's world.
Speaking of languages, here's a fun fact for you, Gwen.
Oh, what is it?
Did you know that Papua New Guinea has over 800 different languages?
Wow, that's incredible. That must make it the most linguistically diverse country in the world.
Yes, it is. It's amazing to think that one country can have so many languages spoken in different regions.
That's a perfect example of how rich and diverse human languages are.
Now, let's review some key words from today's discussion. The first word is barrier. A barrier is something that makes it difficult for people to do or understand something. For example, language can be a barrier when traveling to a new country.
The second word is fluent. Fluent means being able to speak a language easily and smoothly. For example, she's fluent in English and can have long conversations without problems.
The next word is translate. To translate means to change words from one language into another. For example, he helped me translate the menu from Spanish to English.
Another word is global. Global means something that involves or affects the whole world. For example, English is a global language spoken in many countries. Let's ask a few questions based on what we talked about today. First question, what do you think is the hardest part about learning a new language?
That's a tough one. For me, I think remembering new words is really hard.
Yeah, I agree. It can be hard to remember so many new words. I also think speaking fluently is another big challenge.
Definitely, it takes time to practice and get comfortable with speaking.
So, what do you think is the hardest part, dear listeners?
Is it remembering words, speaking fluently, or Something else?
Let us know in the comments below. Now for the second question. What opportunities can speaking another language give you?
Oh, there are so many. Like, it can help you get a better job, right?
Yes, it can. Being bilingual or multilingual is a huge advantage in the job market.
And don't forget travel. Speaking the local language when traveling makes the experience so much better.
Absolutely. So, what about you, listeners? What opportunities do you think learning a new language could give you?
We'd love to hear your thoughts. That was a great discussion today.
Yes, we talked about how important language is and how it shapes our world.
We hope you found it helpful and learned something new.
If you have any topics you're interested in, comment below.
Who knows? Your idea might be featured in one of our next episodes.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.